So this is it. This is the big day. We're gonna show you the final project of the greenhouse. We're gonna see the whole entire thing completely finished. And so stick around to the end and we'll show you all that we did.
Okay, so built the frame for the door out of 2x3s. We built it so it's gonna be on the outside of the doorway. We contemplated putting it on the inside, but in doing that, we would need a pretty good gap on this right side in order for the 2x3 to swing open, and we didn't want that, so we're just putting it on the face. Went ahead and grabbed some hinges. We're gonna have it hinge open that way. We'll put 2 hinges per half. We took the top third and ripped it, and that's going to be its own, so it can be kind of like a window, so we could open just half of it at a time if we want, or still have the option to open the entire door. But when it gets warm in there, we can open the back window, we can open the front window, and just have that breezeway. And then I also got some hooks that we can lock both halves with. So right now I'm going to put the hardware on, and then plastic the door the same way that we did everything else with the 1x2s. So we're going to put 1x2s all throughout the inside to cinch down the plastic, and then should be it.
And then we're done? We're done with the outside. We just need to do we're going to do some like bench, or what is it, benches on the inside, tables or whatever.
By this point the outside will be done, and then we can start on the benches, which everything will be built on the inside, so weather isn't going to affect us. So that was the biggest goal, is just get the whole outside buttoned up so we can get sealed in. And yep.
Okay, so we have our doors hung up, or our door. Well, we have 2 doors actually, because we split this so that there's 2 doors, so that there's airflow up here, and then down here can be shut and our dog won't get in there. And then he wrapped it with plastic. So show us how you did that.
Okay, so we built the doors, 2 doors, so we could open just the top for the airflow, or we can open top and bottom for access. And then I put some hooks on the sides here to lock them. And with this wood, it's kind of warped a little, so I put my hooks up on top just to cinch it down. So it requires you to force it shut and locks it. Same with the bottom here. That way it seals all the way top to bottom. And then I basically cut a 3x3 foot piece of plastic, same plastic that we used on the rest of it. And then I used the 1x2s and just pinched it, same way we did all the way around. So basically just set the 1x2s on the sides and stretched it, clamped it, screwed those in, and then did the same thing top and bottom. Stretched it, clamped it, and so it's pretty
so these
tight.
Are just screws on here?
These are just screws. So 3 screws, nothing fancy, but it's keeping it pretty tight. And then kind of out of material, so I'm gonna need to go get some more of these 1x2s so I can do the bottom half, and then we're gonna insert some slats in here. So it kind of worked out good using the 2x3s as the frame, because then we have just enough opening, 3/4 of an inch, which is the width of the 1x2, and so it'll actually sit flush with the outside of the frame. And so we're going to do some slats going all the way across, just to add a little bit of design to the door.
And I can paint it.
And you can paint it.
Okay, good.
So that's where we're at right now, and we'll keep going.
Looks good.
Thanks.
All right, so as you can see, we got it done. We are completely finished. Well, at least with the outside, and we have one table finished on the inside, and we still have to add more tables on the sides. But all in all, we are done. So let's take a look at what we're doing.
So as you can see, the plastic's pretty tight. It's been up for about a week now. So it's holding up pretty good. Okay. We finished the whole entryway and just got done with the door. It's pretty dark out. It's about 10 o'clock, so we just finished up, but we wanted to get the final walkthrough of what we have. Put a couple handles on here. Carrie is eventually going to paint the door, but that's her area, so I'll leave that to her. We put these latches on here to lock them and keep them sealed up. So we got one on top and one on the bottom. What I still need to do is I'm gonna put a slide lock on here, so that way when we unlock them, we could open both doors at the same time if we want, or we can just open the one. So one thing that I forgot to point out in one of the other videos was attaching the cattle panels. So I just wanted to touch on that. We used some wider zip ties, and I went every other wire, but of course make sure that the lock is on the inside so it's not pushing on the plastic. So we did that all the way down. And before I got done with the entry, I built the workbench. I still need to put a top on it that's going to be waterproof, but wanted to get that mounted in there, and then eventually we'll get the next step is to get all the shelves put in, so we can start bringing in plants and do the ground covering with gravel. But
well, and like we're gonna do like pavers, like
we're
back
gonna do
there,
some
right?
pavers down
for the
the middle.
chair.
Yep.
It's like we could sit out here.
Yes. But the main thing was to get it fully enclosed, which we've accomplished. And the cool thing about it is when we were originally looking for a greenhouse, they could be thousands of dollars. All said and done, the entire frame put together, fully enclosed, was just under $400. So you can build a greenhouse that's fairly cost effective, cheap. It's cheap. You can build a greenhouse that's cheap. And so we're all about that, especially right now. So yeah, $400 put all this together. And then of course, you know, all the, what goes on the inside is going to be additional cost.
But you can tailor that to what you want too.
You're gonna design it how you want on the inside. Some people don't care and just want to leave it dirt. We're gonna choose to use gravel. The benches are gonna be different sizes, but yeah, that's tailored to your liking. But as far as the greenhouse itself, under $400, so that's a win for us. So, I don't know. What else do you have?
All right, so we were able to get the inside benches built on the greenhouse. So we're gonna go through that right now. So I'm sorry if it seems a little like mismatched because we were filming at night, and we were able to get those done the next day. So we decided to film that also. So I'll show you kind of what we have going on now. All right, so here's the front of the greenhouse completed. We have the two separate doors here, and I had Jesse add some slats here just because I thought it would kind of add a little artistic flair to it. And of course we have the locks up and down here for the two different doors. And then this is a bolt here just to keep the two doors together. And if we wanted to separate, we could. But we wanted to make it so that we could just open it all together as well. And inside we have all of our benches built. So this was a lot of fun, planning kind of the floor plan in here as to what we wanted to do. We decided to leave this open area just in case we had some bigger pots or things like that that we needed to set down there. And then on these tabletops here, we decided to put these wood slats just so that we could set trays on there and be able to water, and the water would go down in between there or drain under there. And basically what Jesse did was he built all of this just as is, like in place. So the ground was not level, so he just built it in place and like measured everything as it was. And then back over here, we don't have a leg on this side right here because he just screwed it into the back workbench back here. And on this left-hand side here, we decided to go with a larger space right here. It's about 4 feet wide, and we thought we could put bigger pots and things like that in here if we need to. And let's see, what else did we add that you guys haven't seen? We got cute little solar lights from Hobby Lobby. And then back here on this back window that we can open and hook up to the top, we added this little kind of lock here just so that it keeps it shut and keeps it from flapping open, because we do get a lot of wind here, and then this thing's banging back and forth. So we'll get this all cleaned up and all of that, but for now it's in at least and ready to go. The greenhouse is 7 feet wide. So what we decided on was doing each of these benches 2 foot deep. So that one there and that one there are both 2 foot deep. So I can fit a 10-20 tray with a little bit of space on either side. And then the walkway area is then 3 feet wide. So we're inside the greenhouse here, and what we decided to do so that that doesn't happen again was we decided to put a handle here, and then up at the top we added this little hook deal so it'll hold the door shut when we're inside and the wind can't flap it around and yank it around. Okay, thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for joining us on all of our greenhouse videos and all of that. We are really thankful for you guys that you're watching our videos and just staying in tune with what we got going on here. And do you have anything?
No.
All right, well, thanks for hanging out with Cultivating Wild Roots. Make sure you check us out on Instagram and follow us on all of our gardening journeys.
Goodbye.
Bye.
See ya.
See ya.